exists a pain that almost no one can describe properly. It's not just missing them, it's something much more silent than that. If you've ever lost a dog, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet, one day you will understand. Because losing a dog is not like losing just anything. It's losing someone who never judged you, not even once. And the hardest part, the part almost no one talks about, is not the day you lose them. It's everything that comes after. It's waking up in the morning and for just a second forgetting and then remembering. It's hearing a sound in the kitchen and feeling your heart skip for an instant before reality arrives. This has a name. Psychologists call it bond grief, and it is just as real as any other human loss. But society rarely makes room for this pain. People say, "It was just a dog." And those three words can hurt more than almost anything, because he was not just a dog. He was your routine, your secret, your silent companion through every single day. He was there when you cried for no reason. He stayed by your side without asking for any explanation. And now that he is gone, the silence of the house carries a different weight, a weight that only those who have lived it can truly understand. Science has already proven that the bond between humans and dogs activates the same regions of the brain as love between people. It is not an exaggeration. It is biology. When you looked into your dog's eyes, both of you released oxytocin, the love hormone, the same one that bonds mothers and children. That explains why the loss hurts so deeply. You did not lose a pet. You lost a true love. And grief for a true love has no deadline, no expiration date, and it should not have one. But there is something that few people notice in this process, something that transforms the pain into something different, almost sacred. It is that every time the longing tightens inside you, it is telling you how much you loved. And love like that does not disappear. It changes its form. Many owners report that months later, they begin to feel the presence of their dog in subtle ways. A warmth at their feet, a familiar sound, a shadow at the corner of their eye. Psychology calls this continuing bonds. It is the brain processing the love that still exists, even after the departure. And that is not madness. It is proof that the bond was real, deep, permanent. There is a stage of grief that experts rarely mention. It is the silent guilt. That voice that says, "I could have done more, but I want to tell you something important." Your dog did not hold grudges. He was not capable of that. He never was. For him, every day with you was perfect exactly as it was. Every walk, every moment of affection, every night, sleeping close to you. Dogs live in the present, and their present was you, completely you. And here is something you may have never thought of quite this way. The fact that you still hurt is a gift he left you, because only what was real can hurt like this. And the more it hurts, the more real it was, the more complete that love was. There is a moment in grief that changes everything. It is when the pain begins to share space with gratitude, when you start to think not about the end, but about everything that came before, and you realize how much there was. Researchers have found that people who have gone through the loss of an animal develop a different kind of empathy, deeper, more silent, as if the pain opened something inside you, a capacity to love what is fragile, what is fleeting, what one day will be gone. And that is one of the greatest gifts a dog can leave behind. He teaches you to love without guarantees, because he never asked to stay forever. He only stayed as long as he could, and he stayed with everything he had. There is something that dog owners who have been through loss often say, that in the end they do not regret having loved so much. They regret not having known how much they loved while they still had time. And that awareness, that consciousness that loss brings, can change how you live the days you still have. If you still have your dog, look at him right now, not in a little while, right now. Do you see that look, that presence, that loyalty he does not even know he has? Hold on to that, because one day you will want to remember exactly that feeling, that warm weight beside you, that sigh just before sleep. And if you have already lost him, know that the longing you carry is the love that no longer fits inside you, because he is gone. But he existed, and no one can take that away. There is one last thing about losing a dog that almost no one talks about, and it is the most beautiful of all. Whoever has lost a dog never looks at one the same way again. Every dog becomes sacred. Every bark a gift, because you learned what most people still do not know, that they do not stay long enough. And precisely because of that, every single second matters. The hardest part of losing a dog is not the goodbye. It is learning to carry everything he left inside you and discovering that it is more than you ever imagined. He is gone, but the love he taught you to feel is still here, and it will stay forever.